In the previous step, we have created the portal events for the command side handlers. Now let's take a look at the generate handlers, and we're going to complete the handlers in this step. This is the market command. If you look at the handlers we generated, this is the create arrow. This is what's scaffolded by the LightCodeGen. And this is a delete arrow. It's very similar, nothing happening. It's just like the skeleton there. And here is the update arrow. There's test cases for create arrow test and delete arrow here, and update arrow. It's very similar, just a skeleton for the test cases. All the body of the test method is commented out. Now let's working on these handlers to complete the business logic to send the event, to generate event and send to the Kafka topic. Now let's take a look at the market command handlers implementation. First, let's take a look at the create arrow. The create arrow is very similar like a create blog. So this is a create blog. I just copy over the code and made some adjustment. So this is how you create a new arrow in the marketplace. You first define this portal config and some the arrow code. And this is how you get it. You basically, the input is the JSON object we defined in the specification. And once you got this, you first get user ID from the JW token. This audit info contains the JW token parse result. If the email is not is equal to null, that meaning the JW token is not authorization code token. It's system-to-system integration token, like a client credentials token. So we reject it. This has to be authorization code token so that a user ID will be attached to this action. And here we get the user ID, and we make the owner of the arrow as this user ID. So we don't need to put the email into the arrow object. But for some internal organization or the internal host, the email and phone number might be mandatory, so that the support team can get called from people who found the arrow. Now we get the host, and we create a key. The key will be host plus the arrow code. We remove the resolution from the map so that when we save the map object into the store, the local store, it doesn't contain the resolution because this is a huge block. And we want to put this block, the resolution, into a file system. This file, this will be a markdown file, and it can be eventually checked into the GitHub. It's saved first into a shared directory mapped into the Docker container for this share across all cluster nodes. After this is standard code. We get the nonce, and we create this event ID with the email and the nonce, and we create this arrow create event with all the data, the key, the host, arrow code, and the value, which is a JSON string converted from the map. After this, we have this timestamp. The rest of the code just push this into the Kafka topic. Nothing is different. By pushing this into this TX queue, we can queue multiple events so that we can send to Kafka topic in batch to have even better performance. So this is a create arrow. If you look at the delete arrow, it's very similar. It basically get all the information from the request. After this, we check the email. If the email is empty, we reject, because it has to be authorization code token. Here's a to-do. Basically, we need to check if the email or user ID match the owner of the arrow. If it doesn't, we need to require the role of host admin or the system admin to make any update. So this is not being done yet, but for this purpose, we can implement this later. When we delete this external file from the file system. After this, we basically push the event. This time is arrow delete event to the Kafka topic. This is the update. So for update, it's very similar like the create event. Of course, we need to make sure it's authorization code token. And we need to check if the user ID is matched to the the owner in the arrow object. If it's not matching, it need here it should be host admin or admin role to do the update. The rest of the code basically like we do the update for the file system as well, and we remove the resolution from the map, and after this we push the map into here, into the Kafka topic. So this is all we need to do in the market command. That's it. Thank you.